don't know who that is. That right there. I don't know. I don't know who that is. It's kind of weird seeing myself in the background as I'm live on here. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I know we kind of did several different lives. So I'm going to wait for a few of you guys to come in because I usually don't do lives this late. I don't know if anybody else is live or not, but look at that. So listen to this. I hear that somebody out there is got some orders of protection against them. I kind of find that a little funny. I thought they were talking about, hashtag free speech, right? Somehow hashtag free speech says you can just go to a stranger's house that you've never met before on private property and start driving around and harassing them. I guess that is the epitome of free speech. But I just found out from some people sending me over some information that Lady Freedom Raw Narratives has orders of protection, not just orders of protection, like literally lifetime orders of protection on White Boy Lockdown and his wife, Damaged Good with No Regrets. If you guys know who they are, they happen to be the same people that shut down our meet and greet in Sarasota that we were going to have a couple years ago. I think it was 2023? 2023? I think? Yeah, something like that. 2023 maybe. So anyways, I just thought it was absolutely hilarious that, actually not hilarious, it's actually crazy because people need to quit going real life. And that's all there is to it. This job is already dangerous. Do you guys see this? Like, we're out there and I'm about to be, going to PA, right? And I might be knocking on a murderer's door potentially, at least from what everybody's saying online. I don't know. I haven't even got into the story. I know the lady's name is Caitlin Harp. That's about as much as I know about the lady. And I hear all this stuff, just trickling in that all this stuff about the husband. So, me, I don't like taking people's, word for it. I like going to the horse's mouth and finding out for myself what's what. Again, I'm not going to be asking him anything that another person has asked him. Did you hear about BJ and her? What happened? No, I didn't. That's interesting. What happened? I'm waiting. You don't have to put this right. Does anybody know? So this is what they just wrote. They said, Betty, did you hear about BJ and her Rico? I don't know anything about that because I'm associated with it too. So what about it? I'd like to know. I'd like to know. Oh, let me put it on all filters. There we go. Hey guys, it's nice to see you. But no, I don't know. I don't know at all. So what do you guys think about that? And not only that, but I went back and I looked at a few different things. And at the end of the day, I've looked at what this guy has done. When we first met these people, we were out at Gabby Petito, and Matt and his wife, they seemed normal, We knew that they came from, Matt told us kind of a little bit about his history and stuff like that, but I don't judge people on their history, and I know that people that come from, kind of raw backgrounds, they work 100 times harder than literally anybody else. So, you know what I'm saying? I see some, what happened, Cash? You paid like $4.99 to say, did you hear about BJ and her Rico? And I didn't hear about it, and you haven't wrote anything since then. So, just curious about that. I don't know. Does anybody know what happened? Where's my other phone? Hold on a second. Let me look this up. Good gracious. That is a good picture, though. That's out the Alamance courthouse right there with me. And the hat reads, keep your face out of my space. Keep your face out of my space. I think that's funny. I must have a lot of looky-loos here because you guys can't write, right? I bet you I got like a whole bunch of trolls watching Bullhorn Betty. Oh my gosh, I can't believe what she's gonna say. Oh my gosh, I can't believe what she's gonna say. What is she gonna say? I don't know what she's gonna say. What's she gonna say? I am going to say that White Boy Lockdown has gone overboard. He goes real life. He thinks he can dox and harass people and intimidate them. Intimidate people. Hey, 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 hey. Jen, maybe you can answer. So Cash just wrote and said, Betty, did you hear about BJ and her Rico? Question mark. Do you know anything about that? Because I'm associated with the same damn case. And last I heard, it's like, we're moving forward to appeals. Last I heard, but I'm out of town, so I'm not even reading my messages, hardly. But did you hear that White Boy Lockdown ended up getting or got a lifetime PO? Never heard of that. Okay, well then it might be a troll. Who knows? Thanks for the the troll cash. What did Marissa call that before? What did she call it? I know it was something raunchy. What is it? Skank cash? Well, I know it was like a skanky thing, wasn't it? Am I am I losing my marbles? Am I the only? No, it's just that we've got like 100 people here, but they're either not subscribers or there are a whole bunch of trolls watching Bullhorn Betty. I never come on this late, and not only that, we've kind of rolled the whole live thing out, all literally all day with Daniela Mendiola. And I know it's a smaller case and it's not a well-known case because we haven't covered it. Oh, because is weird. Did you take? Do I have this on? Hold on, let me check and make sure my settings are on. Jen, you can delete Lucy. She's not kosher up on Casa Bullhorn Betty. I must not have put my settings on for my peeps. we got all the crazies up in here saying, "Oh my God, Betty, not Betty." Thank you. No, you should block her, not delete it. Block her. And I gotta try to figure out how to get this on. I don't even know what. I think it's what is the Wi-Fi here? Huh. I don't know what the Wi-Fi is here. Hey Rod, it's nice to see you. Hey Dixie. We were getting, let me check my settings because there shouldn't be any trolls in here. I think I set it for, I know I set it for a day, so that must have been a troll from I don't know. Who knows? It's past my bedtime. It's past mine too. I was sitting here and Olivia had to go get some things, so I figured while I was here, and I just read on TikTok that that White Boy Lockdown has lifetime orders of protection. I went in there with Lady Freedom the first go round, and this one I couldn't be there. But you don't. That boy should know better. He's in the state of Florida. He should know that we are all about First Amendment of speech, but we're all about that line in the sand in the state of Florida, and you do not cross it. And when you do, you have to be held accountable. But not only that, but going on there and saying while you have an order of protection, that there's nobody that's going to stop you from going there again. That's something that a judge doesn't take too kindly to, and I'm pretty sure when he heard somebody say that, he's probably looking at it that this guy's probably a lot more unhinged than we know. Can you come closer to Randolph County, New York? I'd love to. Aww. I wish I could. I wish I could. We're gonna be here. It's so hot. We got a lot of work. We're standing in solidarity with this family. This family is not being treated well here. And like I said, I know it's a smaller case for us, but it's something that's important to me. It's important to Olivia, and it's important to Daniel. He got a raw deal. His daughter got a raw deal. And anything that we can do, sometimes it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And this is one of those things where it's about quality, and at the end of the day, we're here for victims. Um, and when I see something and hear something like a father having to pick up parts of his daughter off the road, it enrages me. Um, it's not okay. Um, it's not okay. Like, That's not his job. That was law enforcement's job. So there's just a lot of things here that really kind of rubbed me with this case. And when we had an opportunity to see this guy that wasn't even being charged, held accountable, it's still not justice. I will tell you that. It surely doesn't feel like justice. But, I commend Daniel, her dad. He never gave up on his daughter and he fought like hell for her. And not only did he fight like hell for her, this guy that wasn't supposed to be charged is pleading guilty. He's going to do some time. And trust me, he wasn't going to. They were going to allow this man to do what he did to that teenager and get away with it. And everybody was just sleeping fine at night. I don't, there's something in me that doesn't allow me to go without saying something on that. I mean, I don't know how you could, how you could. But White Boy Lockdown, I would, kind of kill your heels for a while, quit threatening people. We still have all the videos of you coming by my house and doing the same damn thing. So I think maybe you and your wife need to stay home. If you can't control your behavior, get off YouTube. It's just that simple. I don't need to be threatened. Nobody's ever threatened you or your wife, except you. Let's not forget her birthday, right? So, Matt, you want to talk your jail stuff? You want to talk true crime? You do whatever the hell you want to do. You do you, dude. You do you. But what you don't do is intimidate other people because they're doing them. That's not right. It's disgusting, it's grimy, and it's bullshit. And you know what? A judge in your own county told you to sit down, little boy. That is all I have to say about that, folks. I promised that I'd be one and done, and I hear Mom and Olivia coming back up now, and if they know I'm talking about White Boy Lockdown, they'll probably lose a gasket. So what we'll do is we'll just end this here and say it's a great day. It's late. I'm going to get up tomorrow morning. I'm going to be out in a freaking hot heat. If you want to see Sweaty Betty, I'll be live. It's a great day to advocate for a teenager that was literally thrown into a ditch and left to die for 43 minutes before she finally succumbed to her injuries. I have no better place to be than right here in Graham, North Carolina. So that's where we'll be. Anyways, guys, I know that you guys were here. Hey, it's a Betty. It's a Betty. It's part of the job. So we're gonna go be Explorer Betty, here in the next, few days, because I am going up to PA. I made my decision of going up to PA. I've already given my mother a heart attack, and so we might as well ride it out like we're going out of style, right? It's PA or bust. We're gonna go find Catlin. I think that's her name, Catlin, because Katlyn. I haven't even heard her name even pronunciate. I've watched literally zero news clips. I've done zero investigative work on Catlin's case, but I have seen bits and pieces of this. But I think since we're already here, I think it's like another 8 or 10 hours away. What the hell, right? I don't think we're going to get any closer to PA from Florida. So I figured I'm here, we might as well just move. Bloomberg, PA is where this case is out of. But I don't have time to really look at it right now. But I will be dropping some videos on it once we're kind of, wrapping up this. We still have tomorrow. We're going to have 2 really hot days. So, guys, just be prepared if you're going to be kind of coming in and stuff like that. Because of the heat, I'm going to have a lot of down. The camera will just go down all by itself with no reason for doing it, and I've got to take it off the dock. I got to take it to the car. I've got to take the air conditioning, run the air conditioning on it for 2, 3, 4 minutes to cool the phone down. Then I get it back up, then we're back to the races. So we were dealing with a lot of overheated equipment, and it wasn't because the equipment was overheating. It was just that it was that hot outside, and the equipment just could not function properly. So, and I wasn't expecting that because it's been a long time since we've had our phones shut off. The only time my phone's ever shut off from heat is in the car, not driving or not out in, under, like I had it under an umbrella. It like I had it shaded. It was shaded. So hopefully tomorrow we're going to be moving spots, and I'm hoping maybe I can, if I'm lucky enough, I might be able to find a tree. So we're going to be around this right here that you see behind me. This is the square. You see this building. This is the courthouse. And so it's like a roundabout. And so we're on this side of the roundabout. This is the statue. You see, if you go there, you'll see a statue. Even though you can't see the statue, you can see the fence right here. But we're going to be on the other side of this. So where the flagpole is here, we're going to be on the opposite side, over on the other side of that, I think, tomorrow. So if you guys want to come out and support, please come out and support. We're always happy to look for new faces out there. We're happy to learn. And what was really impressive, that there were some locals that actually saw the event and stopped and pulled their car over, and we stopped and pulled the car over and started talking to us about the case. They didn't hear about the case. So we had several new people learn about the case today. And that really is about spreading awareness and stuff like that. So I think it was a great day. It was Friday, so there was a lot of people at work. But after like around 4, they had like 20 or 30 people there. And then tomorrow, with it being Saturday, there's going to be probably about 20 or 30 people circling in and out of there, because some people have to work tomorrow, some have to work in the morning, some have to work in the afternoon. So there's going to be a circulation of their family kind of coming in, but it's going to be pretty impactful. I'd love, if you guys are in the area, I don't bite, so if you guys would like to come up to me and introduce yourself, please do. If you'd like to take a photo, I'm happy to give you guys a photo, whatever. But I'd like you to meet the family and learn more about this case. So we'll be in Graham, North Carolina, at least for the next couple days. So come out. It's hot out, so please be prepared for the heat. I think that's really it. And today was a really good day, and we got to give, Daniel some airtime, and he was able to be in front of 6,000 people today, and that was just on my channel. And I haven't even started producing any videos from today's work. As a matter of fact, it took so long downloading them from all of the stuff. I gotta say, guys, great video taking. This thing here is awesome. We got this. This is No Justice, No Peace. There I am with Daniela's shirt on. It's a serious situation. This was really a beautiful girl, and she was loved by her family. And like I said, they got a raw deal out of this. And the reason why they got a raw deal out of this is because law enforcement screwed that investigation up from out the gate. I don't know why they did it. Could it have just been a really piss poor investigation because of maybe some, lack of experience? I don't know. I will say this. I was a little harsh to the officers that came up. The officers that came up this afternoon, they were, they have rules they have to follow too. And in all fairness, they were being respectful, but I don't like the nitpicky. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else was on that sidewalk. There was no need to make them get against the wall. They did not, anybody that has walked there, they have moved out of the way. They've been very courteous. We've had no problems. And then you got law enforcement, and they're saying, oh, we got called that there's a protest. Well, so what? You can say, yep, that's their God-given right. God bless America. Have a great day, right? You could just do that. What's wrong with that? Is anything illegal going on? I would say not. I mean, you're kind of right there in the open. I guess everybody could see if we were doing anything illegal. There's no need for police presence. Everybody's being calm, cordial. De-escalation practices for law enforcement here. is definitely, I can see how that would be insightful. Because I got to be honest with you, it incited me, right? I personally thought they were there just to push their weight around. And I don't think it was their weight that they were trying to push around. I think it was their captain's weight or whoever sent them out there our way. Because they are beat cops, that means they technically and theoretically have orders coming from somebody else. Just saying. So who's ordering them to go out there and clear a sidewalk that nobody's complaining about? Something that should be asked, right? The last time I checked, I do know police and sheriff protocol, and I do know this thing called discretion, and this discretion that they have, and they can choose not to address something if they so chose to, but they chose to address it. And so I look at people's behaviors. That's literally the one thing that guides me through most of this stuff that we do on here, is looking at other people's behaviors and how they handle things and what they do. And so when I know that this is kind of how it is, and how, because a lot of people don't realize I'm very in tune with a lot of things. I have hands in a lot of pots all over this country. And I don't know. They have discretion, and they made the choice. And that means something to me. And they know what I'm talking about. So we'll move on. You guys have a great day, great evening. I'm done dragging because he's not worth my time. But I will tell you this. This is now a pattern of behavior. He has a lifetime order of protection. This goes out to anyone out there. Anyone out there that has a problem with white boy or his wife into perpetuity. He now has a pattern of behavior that you are now able to use to help get your order of protection should he do these same things. So protect yourself, make sure you have security footage, and if somebody is coming around your home, I want to be very, very clear. People don't quite get this, okay? So let me educate people so they get it. Just because you are on YouTube doesn't make you a public person. And yes, there is a legal definition for a public person and a private person. So, say a politician, public person. A movie star, public person. Somebody on YouTube, private person. There are different laws that go with a public individual and a private individual. That means you just can't go to a court and say that Jane Doe over here is now officially newsworthy and you're going to go around their house. No. When we cover true crime cases, they are limited public people because they are in a national spotlight. That gives us the ability to go there and it not be harassment because we have a legitimate purpose of being there, and it's to report news. When you go over to a private citizen and try to apply those same things, it doesn't work because the laws are not there. It's a difference between a public person and a private person. Quit going real life. Next time might wind you up in jail. Next time just might wind you up in jail. And trust me, it will stick because it won't be bullshit. So watch your step. And please, by all means, don't ever come around my house again. Because when I push, your ass will be locked up. Believe that. This is just a little nip. Nip. I didn't have to be there. Wait until I do. God bless you guys. Have a great night. And please pray for all of our victims. God bless.